Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Revize Intranet webinar. Thank you so much for joining us today for our first webinar of 2026. I'm going to give it a minute or two just to let people file in, and then we'll get started. All right, it's 1:02, and I think the joiners are starting to slow down, so we're going to go ahead and kick this one off. Thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedules to learn about the Revize Intranet with us today. This is a quick one. It should only take about 30 minutes. So yeah, I guess I'll dive right into the slides here. A little bit of housekeeping before we get all the way started. The recording of today's webinar will be uploaded to the Revize website as per usual under the webinars tab, and you can also find it on the Revize YouTube channel as well. It'll probably be done this afternoon so that you can refer back to it anytime or share with any of your colleagues who maybe couldn't make it to the live session today. As always, we'll be doing a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So any questions that might pop up, as we go through the presentation, just hold on to those in your brain or write them down, and then I'll ask everyone to populate the chat with those questions once I get through my slides and Denise gets through her live demo. Please be sure to follow us on social media and sign up for our newsletter. This is how you can stay connected with Revize and make sure you're staying familiar with all of the new products we're coming out with, the new services we're offering, trade shows we'll be attending, upcoming webinars. All of that comes out through the social media and the newsletter. So you can scan that QR code at the edge of your screen there, and it'll take you to our link tree where you can access our past webinars, all of our social media platforms. So you can follow us on your preferred platforms. And our newsletter. If you go to the Revize website and scroll to the bottom of the home page, on the bottom right-hand side of that home page, you'll see a submission box where you can enter your email address, which will subscribe you to our newsletter. And that's where all of our webinar registrations come out and product announcements, all of that good stuff comes out through the newsletter. So you'll definitely want to be signed up for that to be involved in future webinars. And your host for today, this is a familiar duo. It's me, Hannah Shramsky. I'm the marketing specialist here at Revize. And we're joined by Denise Brazier. She's the lead trainer at Revize and will be leading us in the intranet demo. A little bit about Revize if you're newer to us. We've been in the business for over 25 years now, and over that time, we've developed a really talented and diverse team. We specialize in beautiful, functional, and accessible web design and web applications for local government entities. We're sort of a one-stop shop for everything you need for your local government website. We're headquartered in Troy, Michigan, which is in the Metro Detroit area, but we're proud to serve government agencies all across the country. I do want to highlight some of our newer accessibility services since we do have deadlines looming and this is sort of on everybody's minds, ADA compliance. So just a couple of newer things to our accessibility suite. We've been offering the ADA compliant scan and fix service. That's a great one if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the task of remediating your entire website to make sure it's ADA compliant. But we're also offering our RZ Assist accessibility widget and scan tool. And it's designed to provide control over to the user so they can adjust website content. And it also can scan and detect WCAG compliance issues and point them out so that then you can go and adjust those to make sure it is ADA compliant. We offer PDF remediation services. We have these cool new AI tools, AI alt tag generator, which is really helpful for ADA compliance, AI content generator, which just saves you lots of time when updating web pages. RZ ClearDocs is a new tool that we're going to have coming out soon, which will automatically create accessible HTML alternatives for PDF documents. And yeah, this is just a good overview of our suite of accessibility services that we offer to our clients. So feel free to reach out to me, Hannah at revize.com, or contact your sales rep if you're familiar with them, or contact us on our website through our submission box there. Whichever way is easiest for you if you'd like to see a demo of any of these services or learn more. Just want to make sure you know what is available to you as we approach these deadlines. All right, so let's talk about the Revize intranets. Here are some quick facts, a little overview of intranet in general. It's a private login area for information and resources for different groups like employee groups, councils, and other various groups. It's hidden from the eyes of the public, so it can store things like health benefits, operations and policies, documents and forms, safety policies, a suggestion box, and more. Anything that you would not want available to all of the public eyes on the internet. So Intranet acts as a secure online portal that only certain people can see. And this can be beneficial to government entities, which may need extra security when dealing with things that require more privacy. And you do, in fact, need credentials to access the intranet content. So let's sort of differentiate between internet, extranet, and intranet. So internet is publicly available worldwide, so it creates connections among computers around the world. Extranet is an organization's network connecting internal and external subscribers, and it's available from multiple locations. So it creates connections beyond an organization. Whereas an intranet, what we're focusing on today, is an organization's network that connects internal subscribers only. So it's connecting people within an organization inside of it. Some advantages to Revize Intranet. It's your information is then protected by the extra layer of security that's offered by Revize Intranet, by the login area. So in an age of hackers, government cybersecurity is more important than ever, as we know, and the protection of your employee information can be improved through the implementation of Intranet. Revize Intranet can offer unique logins for different groups. So maybe you have differing groups between your one government entity. This can be really helpful because you can store different information that's needed for different groups through the Revize Intranet and unique logins. Revize Intranet works in alignment with our e-Notify module, so employees can receive immediate updates posted to the employee portal, which is just a great synergy of all of our applications if you do have e-Notify. Some reasons to add Revize Intranet. So if you use your internet website to post employee information, it could be a really helpful benefit to add intranet to keep that secure. If you find yourself choosing not to post certain employee data or resources on your website because it may be confidential to your entity, so this would enable you to keep everything in one spot and upload it to the Revize Intranet because it would be protected. Maybe you want to upload a full staff contact list for employees' eyes only. You don't want everyone to know all of your employees' phone numbers and addresses and emails and all of that. It would be a perfect place to put it on Revize Intranet. And it's efficient and easy to use for non-technical staff, and it streamlines your services and enables you to upload all your resources to one place, which would be your website, just with a separate protected login area. Just wanted to let everyone know we do have an upcoming webinar next month, March 12th at 1 p.m. ET, as usual. And this will be showing all things about the new RZ Assist toolbar, which you can see in the photo on your screen. It's the brand new accessibility widget and ADA scanning tool from Revize. It scans, reads, translates, adjusts, converts, summarizes, highlights, and so much more. There's pre-designed templates for different ability levels. It's a really awesome tool, so I'm really excited to show it to everyone. So just keep your eyes peeled. If you are subscribed to the newsletter, you'll get a registration email for this 2 weeks prior to March 12th. So, yep, just mark your calendar for this one. It's going to be great. And here are the resources I used. And I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to pass it off to Denise so she can show us all of the things about Revize Intranet. I'm going to stop sharing.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it is my pleasure to share some of the internet sites with you. Just as your websites have different looks because we customize them for websites, so can your internet pages. So let me share a few with you now. Now this, Hannah, did it come up?
Yes, it did.
All right. So this particular client has a completely different website just for their employees. Now, everyone can see the front facing, but no one can go to any of the pages. Their navigations are there, but in order to view any content, one must log in. I don't have a login on the site, but anyone can see the site, see the items, but cannot view the information unless they have a login. So this is a completely separate intranet site, but most of our clients place the intranet site or an internet module on their actual website. So here's a client that at the bottom of their page, they have their employee portal. So when you click employee portal, it takes you to a page where the employees can log in. So that's the basic look of their intranet page. We have different looks based on how you would like yours to appear. Here's another one. It's just a covering over a basic page on the site. Majority of the clients do not choose to have a covering, although you can, but a basic page on the website can just have an internet login like this. So it automatically appears. So let's look at how this works. So here's a basic page on a website. We can make any page on your website can be password secure. So let me log in on this site. Now, once you're logged in on any page on the website, now, if you have the basic website where you have the edit content box, then once you're in the edit content area, scroll to the bottom and just check Intranet. And this page becomes a secure page. Now, you may have one of the other configurations in which you have to create yours through a module builder or a page builder. In that case, in your module or page builder area, at the bottom of your page, it will say password protect or Intranet. The wording may change per website, but there'll be an area in your module area or your page build area at the bottom of the page. You would just check password protect, and that page would become password protected. All right, so let's go back to this one. I made this page password protected. No one can see the content. You must have a password. So let me log in. Now, as admins on the site, you can decide who has access to this page. Edit Intranet users. So I'm going to assign a user to this page. Your list may look different, but it works the same way. Choose whatever login you would like. So I'll use the login Revize. I'll choose it again. Let me put in the password first so that doesn't disappear. So I'm going to use the password Revize. I'm using the same. Of course, you would use the username of your choice. And I'm creating the login. This is my fingers being nervous. When you create your login, I don't want that one. I want to go back to Revize. My computer's not cooperating, so let me go with a familiar one. All right, when you create the login, you have a choice. There'll be a box here that you can choose all the pages on this site, or if you have different groups, maybe you want the council to have their own login, you would want employees to have another login, maybe first responders have their own login. The list of different intranet groupings will be here, and you just choose whichever one or more than one if you would like. So this login already exists, so I'll just go ahead and leave this area. I'll exit the page and let's log in. Now, because I am a user on the site, I have the login buttons. If I was not an editor on the site, I was not an admin, of course, we would not see the edit buttons. Now, this page was made password protected simply by going to the content and checking the box. Unchecking the box, then the page is available to everyone. Now, the nice thing about using this particular intranet with our e-notify system, that employees can be notified of information by checking the box. If you're familiar with our e-notify system, you can notify employees when you've added information to the intranet page. Now, if you have, I might keep it on, if you have side pages that are also intranet, then if you log in on one, you're logged in on all of them. So these pages, I can choose to make a page password protected, all the pages. Let's make this one password protected. Everyone has edit content on this type of site. On the module site, you would go to the bottom of the module, choose Intranet page. The page becomes password protected. Because I logged in on the main page, I'm automatically logged in on this page. So if I log out on this page, I'm logged out. Going to the other pages, once you're Once you choose to make a page internet protected, each of the pages, you could log in from any one of them. One login would take you to all of the pages. And that's basically it. Create each page, edit content, check the box. This is one of the simpler modules to use. Hannah, do you
Awesome.
have any questions?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, please do drop any questions you may have in the chat, and Denise will kindly answer them for us. So, Mora says, how do you create the navigation?
Now, it depends on where you would like the navigation to be on your site. So let me go back and share. It depends on where you would like it to be on your site. On this is a page that I created back in the admin area. If you've been trained with Revize, all sites have an admin hidden area. And I do know that we have clients or visitors to our webinar that are not Revize clients. But if you are a Revize client, you have an admin area where you can create as many pages as you would like. You can create pages from the top navigation. So this page was just created in the back, just to give me a webinar page today. But you can create them from the left nav. So if I was on any page of this site, if animal control wanted their own navigations for webinar, they could come to the left nav and create a webinar page just for their grouping. I'm not sure if that answered the question or not, but on any revised site, you can create navigations from the side, from the top, wherever you would like to create it. Let
Awesome.
me know if that answered. Mhm.
Mora, let us know if that answered your question or if you're looking for something else. Um,
And
so
you're
Mora says,
also welcome to, if you need more information and you're not a revised client and that did not sync with you well, let us know. I can contact you after the webinar.
okay, awesome. Mora said, can you create private navigations, not public? So that was her follow-up to her
Ah,
question.
okay. The navigations will be seen where it depends on where you create them. But if you choose to create the navigations in the back end area, the admin area, then no one will see it. Of course, all internet pages are not searchable.
Okay. Steph says, if you want each employee to have their own login, is there an easy way to set up 500 plus users with a CSV? Or can you give access to already created Google groups?
We recommend that you give every employee the same login. You're sharing the same information. They all have the same employee documents. They all have this access to the same staff directory. So we recommend one login for all employees. It's just extra work for you to give each one a separate login. Now, the concern there becomes what happens if an employee leaves and they have access to the information? Well, as long as you keep that same login, they, of course, can log in and see the information. Usually, you don't place any really private information there, just general employee information. But if you feel more secure, we have clients that every 3 or 6 months change the employee login and then share it with the employees. So changing it every now and then as opposed to creating 500 plus logins.
And I guess if they were to do that, is there a way to set them up with a CSV file or
Now,
giving access through
for
Google?
security reasons, there must be entered each one individually.
Okay, makes sense. Kristen is wondering, can you go over setting up users?
Yes. Now, keep in mind, only one user should be set up. Well, you can set up more, but we recommend only one user. Now, when we say user, Christian, clarify, are you talking about users for editing the website or users for seeing the content on a webinar page?
I'm assuming like intranet users for seeing the content on an intranet. Yeah, yeah. She said for seeing the content.
All right. So on any page on the site, now this page is not set up right now. So I'll go back into, and by the way, notice it's a basic revised page. You can create a button, you can add a YouTube video, you can add image, you can add a link. Anything on the page that you would normally add on a basic revised page. So we're going to make this page an internet page through edit content. Bottom of the page, we make it an internet page. It must be an internet page in order for you to set up the users. So now that I've turned this into an internet page, the button is here, Edit Internet Users. Now, making one an internet user does not give them the ability to edit the content. I have the edit buttons because I am logged in. But if I was not logged in as a user, they would only be able to see the content. So to create a user, this is where my fingers weren't cooperating before. Let's see, edit internet users. The button, and this may look different on different sites, but it's the same columns. So choose a new person, a new user. I'm going to make my password first so it doesn't slip.
Denise, I'm wondering if we can't see what your screen is showing, if maybe you need to share and unshare.
Maybe that's it. You didn't see the change in my screen. Okay. All right. So let me go back. All right, because sometimes that's what
Sometimes Zoom does this to us.
yeah. All right. So let me once I press edit internet user, it took me to a screen like this. So Hannah, you didn't see the screen before?
We saw, we see this screen that says department or section.
When I
Um,
press new, do you see
then
this?
when you press new, we see the same thing. Nothing changed.
All right, so let me stop sharing and go back. So that might be all right. So when you press new, this little box comes up.
Okay, great. We do see it now.
Okay. Then you can create your password of your choice. I'm spelling revise. My user will also be revise, unless I misspelled it. Uh-oh, so now they took it away from me again. I'm going to stop sharing and come back. Are you able to see the box?
Yes.
All right. So once you put in the username, so apparently Team is not letting me place it in on Teams for you to see. So you'll place in a username, place in a password. Notice it says all pages here. If you had several groups, this might just be for employees. You'll have a group for employees internet. You might have a group for council internet. You might have a group for animal control items or choose whatever groups you would like. Then, once you have the username, assign them to whichever group. So if you have assigned employees to only the employees page, but yet you have another group, which is the council, and you've given them a separate username and password, of course, each group will only be able to see the items that were saved under their permitted sections. You can give any username more than one permitted section. Did that answer Christian's question?
I think so. And I'm glad we did that again because it seems like
Yes.
Zoom blocked that pop-up last time. So, oh yes, Kristen says yes, thank you. So perfect.
Yes. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, seriously. Rachel is wondering, is there an additional fee for this tool?
It depends on your sales agreement. It may already be on your site and you're not aware of it because many clients aren't aware of it till we bring it to their attention. Go to any page. Now, if you have a standard CMS, go to any page on the site, go into edit content. If there's a box at the bottom that implies internet or password protected, then you automatically have it on your site. If you're one of the sites that has a module set up or page builder, then from your module area at the bottom, you'll have a box that says password protected. Sometimes it says intranet. If you're a page builder or module site, it's in the bottom. If you are a basic CMS, then it's going to be in your edit content area. If you do not see the box, then it is not on your website. But contact our sales department, put a note in the chat here of your information, and Hannah will pass it over to Dylan, and he'll contact you about adding intranet to your site.
Yes, that's a great way to do it. Feel free to drop your email in the chat and I can set you up with a sales rep to give you pricing if you're interested. All right. Janine is wondering, can you email documents to a single employee? Can it be customized to select a certain group only?
You can create an online form like you normally would create an online form, a basic online form. On our online form option, you can always, well, not necessarily send them, you can obtain, I heard that wrong. An employee can send documents to you through the intranet. So they can send documents to you if you create the form, they're given the box to allow you to upload forms. Now, sending an item directly to an employee through an email, you'd have to use your email account. It would not do it through the internet.
Okay. I'm wondering if she was maybe referring to the e-notify part. If you like, if you want to e-notify only one employee or certain employees, or certain groups that you want to notify of an upload on the intranet, maybe. I don't know if that would be a possibility.
Well, everyone in the group would get the same notice, hence the
Okay,
one login.
got it.
Now, I have noticed a count where there's employee logins, all 300, 400 employees, but then the admin staff may have their different login where they're communicating. So you can create as many, once you have internet on your site, you can create as many groups as you would like.
Hmm. Okay, Danica says, "Hi, Miss Denise. Can we link from our secure intranet to systems outside of the revised system?"
Okay, I was just smiling because I know who the client is. I didn't hear the question fully.
Can we link from our secure intranet to systems outside of the revised system?
You can create a link anywhere on the Revize system. So within the internet area, you definitely can link to other areas. It can link to a third-party site. So you log into the Revize Intranet and it will link to wherever you would like to link it to.
Okay. And Steph says, "Are there any
Hello, Danica.
templates?" Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to speak hello, Danica.
Yes. Are there any templates that would accommodate communication between users, like chat rooms?
Not within our internet system.
All right. And Veronica is wondering, can we get the video? If so, where do you go to replay? Yes, Veronica, the recording of today's webinar will be uploaded to our website, revize.com, and you can navigate to the webinars tab on the screen and you'll find it there. I'll probably get it up by this afternoon or tomorrow morning, and it will also be on our Revize YouTube channel. So you can look up Revize on YouTube and you'll find all of our previous webinars on there. So it will be accessible to everybody either by this afternoon or tomorrow morning on the website. And you can share the link, watch it, replay sections that you need to replay, and all of that good stuff. Okay, I don't see any more questions right now. Oh, Rachel has one more. Is there a way to load searchable documents to search within the document PDF?
Yes, you can create a document center or you can link within a page as you normally would on a Revize site.
And all of that would still be protected within the intranet?
If you're doing it within the internet. Now, if you've linked it anywhere else on the website, then no. But if the only place you have linked it is within the internet area, it is in that protected area.
Awesome. All right. Any more questions, everyone? Or are we about ready to wrap up? I see a couple emails in the chat. Rachel, John, and Steph. I'll make sure to connect you all with a sales rep to get pricing for sure. And it looks like things are slowing down. So thank you everyone for joining today. I hope you learned something. I'm glad to see some interest in the intranet. I think it's a really awesome tool that we offer. And like I said, keep your eyes peeled for the registration for the RZ Assist webinar on March 12th. That's going to be something everyone will want to attend. It's a really incredible tool and will be super helpful for dealing with the ADA compliance and accessibility requirements in the upcoming year or so. So yeah, thank you all for joining us. We're excited to have lots of new webinars in 2026 and look forward to all of you returning. And everyone say thank you, Denise, the
You're
best
very
host
welcome.
ever. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Denise. All right.
It's
Awesome.
nice to see those familiar names.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. I'm going to sign off, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.